know. 6:29 as Montana This Morning continues. A man in critical condition after stabbing in Butte. We'll tell you what police know so far.
Hopefully you're finding a way to stay warm this Thanksgiving Day, but for those who can't and have to travel, you're facing some pretty dicey conditions on these roads.
Just ahead of 6:30 on this Friday, Chet Lehman, Caitlin Corbett, Matt Elwell. Caitlin, I just wanted you to know how much Matt and I have enjoyed having you.
Thank you guys actually like having me?
Great.
Yeah,
It's been fun.
By the way, our alternative.
That's it.
We have each other.
Well, I'm happy to be
figured
here.
it out. I don't know what the deal is.
By the way, did you guys have a good Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah, great one. It was so much
my
fun.
button barely fits.
I know, it was tough to come in this morning, but
I think I was sweating gravy this morning. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought I smelled a little something coming off over here.
Hey, let's talk about the roads. I'm going to go ahead since I
jump right into that with both feet.
Scattered snow and ice on the area roadways and highways, so keep that in mind. It is cold outside, so you want to take it slow. Make sure you're prepared in case you do have a problem out on the road. The wind isn't particularly strong, but there is snow that continues to fall at a pretty good clip, so roadways will be a little dicey. Right now it looks like Butte's pretty quiet. We'll see more snow showers there a little later today. We're going to break it all down for you coming up in just a few minutes.
It's that fluffy stuff out there too that really just impacts your visibility.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
I just
You're
noticed
exactly
it walking out
right.
on the patio. You're going to go out there. I'm not going to go back out there with you. Excellent.
Thanks for shoveling, Chad.
You're welcome. 6:31 now, our top local story this morning. 28-year-old Butte man is in critical condition after being stabbed multiple times outside an uptown bar yesterday morning.
The suspect, a 49-year-old Butte man, is in custody. That stabbing happened outside the Dublin Irish pub on Montana Street just after 2 o'clock in the morning. The suspect was arrested shortly afterward, and the victim remains at St. James Healthcare. Police have not yet released the names of the people involved in that incident, and it still remains under investigation.
In other news, a Billings man facing 6 felony charges after an incident that took place near a school in Lockwood Wednesday morning.
Prosecutors say 18-year-old Ryan Michael Wallace was driving recklessly at speeds of up to 70 miles per hour and then pointed a gun at a man who tried to stop him.
Man told deputies that he was dropping off his kids at school and threw something at Wallace's speeding vehicle. Man says Wallace then drove right at him before swerving away, then pointed his gun at him and another woman before again taking off. According to court documents, Wallace took off from deputies when they went to his residence on Lake Elmo Road and nearly crashed. All again, this in the Billings area. He was later arrested following a traffic stop.
All right, so back to shopping now. It used to be an epic shopping day where the deals and the frenzy kicked off before sunrise.
Yeah, Black Friday's star on the retail calendar has dimmed a little in recent years, but it's still very important to stores and to shoppers.
Karen Kaifa is at Toys R Us with a look at what retailers expect today and this coming weekend.
Retailers eyeing a merry forecast for the weekend and the weeks ahead.
Individuals are feeling good about their particular set of circumstances, and that's translating into an indication that they're willing to spend still on the holidays.
At the core of that optimism, consumer confidence remaining high and unemployment low.
You got a job this Christmas, you feel better than you did last Christmas, you're going to spend a little bit more.
This year's calendar cuts the number of shopping days between Thanksgiving and Christmas by 6 from 2018. So retailers got the deals going early, a direction they've moved in anyway.
Regardless of how many days between Thanksgiving Day and the 25th, they know what gifts they're going to get through, and so they're planning accordingly, and retailers are responding to that.
Some shoppers taking advantage.
They were running like pre-Christmas sale or like pre-Black Friday sale, which I bought quite a few presents, so it did help me.
Others waiting to see what's in store and online in the next few days.
When ideas come to me, I just sort of file it away and go from there, but probably not in earnest until Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving.
It still hasn't affected my shopping at all.
I know, which is a good thing. We still have time.
That's right.
Thanksgiving Day also brought some nasty conditions for drivers across most of the area.
Yeah, MTN's Cody Boyer hit the road to find some people who think the winter weather was actually just fine.
This is Montana. We gotta love it.
Montana brought a glaze of ice on the roads to go with Thanksgiving dinner this year. For one of the busiest holidays for travel, those taking their chances in the elements say it's a bad mix. And And taking a look for myself, it's not hard to see why. Police in Bozeman, Gallatin County Sheriff's deputies, and Montana Highway Patrol say scenes like this one have been happening throughout the day. In this case at Durston Road and Gooch Hill, no one was seriously hurt, but emergency responders say the roads aren't getting better soon. I saw several drivers lose control, but thankfully, the sliding I saw didn't end any worse than a delay in travel. But over at the Gallatin County Regional Park, the Thanksgiving snow was more of a good thing.
I was just sledding with the family. We had a little break. We're cooking some food, so we thought we'd come over and get some sledding in.
For those hitting the slopes like Chase and his family, snow won't stop them from remembering what the day is about.
Number one, family. We're here celebrating our family and our health, and it's a beautiful day.
Same goes for Joe. As long as you are careful, he says the snow can be part of the celebration for both people and their pups.
Get some exercise for the dog and myself.
But Joe adds the weather needs to be respected. Dinner will be waiting for you. Be safe getting to it.
Take your time. It's hard to stop on ice.
In Bozeman, and again, happy Thanksgiving. Cody Boyer, MTN News.
I wish I'd seen Cody on a sled out there.
I know, that would have been fun.
6:35 now. Unfortunately, Montana has one of the highest drunk driving rates in the country, but there's a chance that future technology could help curb that.
And this is pretty interesting. Maya Rodriguez takes us inside the lab testing cars that won't start if you've had too much to drink.
On an old road in rural Massachusetts comes a new technology that could change everything about drunk driving.
Right now, it's doing that in the background.
By eliminating it.
It's a big problem.
Bud Zauk is president of KEA Technologies, a company that is currently testing alcohol sensors in cars that would prevent a drunk driver from hitting the road.
It's a public-private partnership between the auto industry, all 17 automakers in the U.S., and the federal government through National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
How does it work? There are two technologies. One that measures the level of alcohol in someone's breath, similar to a breathalyzer, and another that detects alcohol through a touch of fingertips. The technology would allow you to start a vehicle, but if alcohol is detected, that vehicle would not move at all. Outside of the lab,
hypothetically, the breath is accepted. We'll see the green light in the top right corner.
The real-world testing involves using passengers with varying levels of intoxication. It's more complicated than just getting someone drunk on vodka.
A lot of science actually goes behind that. So we have something that we call a drink master. We can calculate in milliliters how much alcohol to give them.
Every time I got into my car after the crash, I would replay it in my head.
Kristen Davis is with Mothers Against Drunk Driving. A few days before Christmas in 2016, a drunk driver blew through a red light at 55 miles per hour, hitting Kristen's car. She was 7 months pregnant at the time.
I had to be cut out, and I didn't know whether or not my baby had survived.
Her baby did survive, but Kristen hopes the alcohol sensors can help others avoid the ordeal she went through.
I hope to see it one day as standard as seatbelts and airbags and backup cameras.
And that day might be sooner than you think. A bipartisan bill that's making its way through Congress could make alcohol sensors standard in all new vehicles, possibly within the next 4 years.
This technology can't be optional. It needs to be in everybody's car for it to be effective.
Back in Massachusetts, the testing to make the alcohol sensors road ready keeps going in the effort to save the more than 10,000 people killed each year by drunk drivers.
We need to make sure that this doesn't happen on our roads and make sure that we're able to save these lives.
And make the roads safer for everyone. In Marlborough, Massachusetts, I'm Maya Rodriguez reporting.
All right, so you hear stories about something like this happening all the time, but this actually happened yesterday in Bozeman.
This is awesome. A cat got stuck on a roof. Police and firefighters had to come to the rescue. Check it out. This was at a home on the corner of Oak and New Holland. Neighbors say the cat had been stuck up there for days. They tried their best to get it down. No luck. Finally, the professionals were called in to the rescue once again.
Hey, you know, I'll tell you, cats can be really stubborn. So.
And they gave the cat the little card saying you're down to 8. There you go.
8 lives left. Don't waste them.
That's exactly right. We're going to take a quick break here on Montana This Morning. When we come back, runners braving the cold to support a good cause.
Good morning. Ahead on CBS this morning, President Trump reveals he's reopening talks with the Taliban during a surprise Thanksgiving trip to Afghanistan. What this means for America's longest war amid tension with military leaders here at home. And for the first time in history, the majority of Americans are expected to do their Black Friday shopping online. We'll hit the stores to see how that's affecting one of the busiest shopping days of the year. We'll see you at 7.